Alright friends, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to grease the bushing at the end of the shaft on the Stihl fs38. I'm going to try and make this video quick, but things you're going to need a grease gun. This is an organ grease gun. I got it at Menards. So step one is to clean all this grass off the end of the shaft. You don't want any grass getting into that bushing. You want to keep it as clean as possible. So I'm gonna try and wipe this down as good as I can to get all this grass off. All right, it's probably about as good as it's gonna get. I believe it is a Torx T25 that gets that off. Let me find that real quick. Maybe it's not. A lot of the Stihls are T27s, but I think this one's a bit smaller. Let's find the right one. I think this one's the right one. Nope, just a tad bigger. Excuse me, friends, this is quite difficult to get out. Ugh. Okay. That's the one. Yep, this is a T25. That gets that out. Just got a magnetic screwdriver that I put it in. Excuse me, you're gonna need grease gun. All I'm gonna do is unscrew that little bolt. That is a locator bolt for that bushing in there. Keeps it from falling out the end of the shaft. If you have the guard on, you're, excuse me, friends, that thing's on there. That is on there. All right, friends, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a socket on that so I can loosen that up. Okay, friends, I'm back. That bolt was pretty on there. So this is just a really short bolt that'll come right out of the end of the shaft here. And this goes right into that bearing. Then all you're gonna do is take your grease gun, and I might need to put the phone down here so I can get this in. I'll come right back to you, but all you're gonna do is just push this in there and fill it up. You might have to turn it a little bit to get the grease in, and then put that bolt back in. I'll come back when I'm done with that. All right, friends, I've just put in a few pumps of grease and spun it around to get it all in there. Now all you gotta do is the reverse process, which is insert that bolt again. If I can get it in there. There it goes. All right, screw that baby in there. Get her nice and tight. Not too tight, but I mean, that baby thing was on there when I got it, so, you know, probably want it good and tight. And I'll wipe off the extra grease that I got on there. I made sure that thing was full till it started coming out the end there. So I'll wipe that down. And then if you have the guard on, you put that on in reverse order. But anyway, friends, hopefully it'll help you out there. That's how to grease the shaft or the bearing at the end of an FS38. It also applies to the FS40 and the FS45. Anyway, hope you found this informative and you're having a good day. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.